In other news, a judge has sided with Barbers Hill ISD, ruling that their dress code policy on hair length does not violate the Crown Act. We've heard from several lawmakers who are not happy with that decision. Now, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee says that she's contacted the Justice Department and the Department of Education and wants Congress involved.
I have called and have spoken to members of Congress who intend to reintroduce this bill.
Yes.
We now will have greater standing because we have a court decision that overlooked the First Amendment, which is the freedom of expression. They overlooked the 14th Amendment, which is equal protection under the law.
Attorney representing 18-year-old Daryl George says that she is appealing that decision. Stephanie Whitfield now with the latest.
It sounds like this fight is far from over. Not only is the George family talking about an appeal, but they've also filed a formal complaint with the Texas Education Agency. A Chambers County judge has ruled Barbers Hill's controversial dress code policy on hair length does not violate the Crown Act. A heartbreaking ruling for 18-year-old Daryl George and his family.
Daryl made this statement and told me this straight up with tears in his eyes, all because of my hair.
The junior has spent months at an alternative school because he refused to cut his locks. The family took Barbers Hill ISD to court, arguing the dress code violates the Crown Act, which prohibits race-based hair discrimination. On Thursday, a judge disagreed. State Representative Ron Reynolds joined us live on KHOU 11 News this morning.
And it was sad. It went from optimism to excitement to pure nightmare. Knowing that he can't go back to school, he can't learn with his peers, he will continue to be isolated unless he makes the dreadful choice of cutting his hair.
In a statement, BHISD Superintendent Greg Poole said the Texas legal system has validated our position that the district's dress code does not violate the Crown Act and that the Crown Act does not give students unlimited self-expression. Representative Reynolds is co-author of the Crown Act.
So we will have to go back during the next legislative session, which unfortunately for your viewers doesn't happen until January of 2025.
Georgia's supporters say they won't give up even if righting the wrong takes years. We're going to keep following this story as the George family begins the appeal process. Stephanie Whitfield, KHOU 11 News.